Hi everyone, welcome. This is Arsenal Fan Circle. This is the pre-game warm-up show. We have a big one today. The game I'm talking about. We're going to get out of here in about 20, 25 minutes, Tony. But thanks for joining me, Tony. And I'm expecting maybe Gundam News to join us as well.
Yeah, hopefully it shows up. We need a little real quick.
Hey, talking about showing up. Hopefully Arsenal will show up today. Big game today. We go away from home against a very good Wolverhampton Wanderers team.
Yeah, hopefully we show up for both halves and just not the first half or 30 minutes here and there. We need to see a complete performance for once.
Yeah, we're really going to see the mentality of the team. This Wolves team are well drilled by Nuno Espirito Santos, if I said that correctly. It's a difficult one. Nuno, well drilled team by Nuno. They know what they're doing. They kind of hunt in packs. You see 3 and 4 players collapsing on the player in possession when they're out of possession, and they really hunt in packs. And they have a very defined system of playing. Tony, they've been going for a couple of years now, and they know what they're doing. And they've beaten. They have not conceded any goals on the restart, and scored 4 goals. They've beaten West Ham, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa. Yeah, and you could say on the face of it, if we're picking holes in this, it is just West Ham, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa. They actually have a bigger test for them ahead of themselves with us as well.
Yeah, they've been a pretty well-oiled team this season and started off since the break, still hitting their stride.
Yeah, so like I said, the mentality of our team is going to be put to the test, and something Mikel Arteta needs to experience, needs to see. These next games for me, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Leicester, gives me sort of post-traumatic stress disorder from last season's run-in, right? When we were sitting pretty last season, all we needed to do was pick up a few points here and there. Went away to Wolves on a Wednesday and lost 3-1 there, and then we went to Leicester City and lost there as well. Bad times last season.
Yeah, hopefully we finish strong and don't do what we did last year and just I don't know what happened to the squad. They just
I'm expecting a vastly different game to last season. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're going to win the game. I think it's going to be very difficult. Personally, if you ask me, I'll go for a draw, a 1-1 draw here. But we have to at some point, Tony, win. And we talked about this on Thursday on the last podcast. Win one of these big games away from home against a big team.
we haven't done it in forever now. It seems like with no fans there, should be able to help us go out there and get a away win.
Okay, the assembled, welcoming the assembled. Tell me, everyone, how you're feeling about today's game. Are you confident, a little bit nervous, or are we just going to see? Are we excited to see what Mikel Arteta and the squad can do against Wolverhampton Wanderers? Big test for us. And the assemble says hello to the panel. We're expecting 1 or 2 more people in. And Norma, thanks for joining us. Well. Man United almost bottled that game. They went 1-0 down. I was watching that. But Bruno is their savior once again. A little worried about Manchester United, Tony. I always think Manchester United are Manchester United, and they can mess up the run-in, and they have an easier run-in than anyone else in the top 6. But they're getting points. They're picking up wins, and they're on a decent run now under Ole.
Yeah, I think they're on their way up, and Chelsea and Leicester are the ones you have to watch about dropping points.
Yeah, and Spurs as well. Leicester, wouldn't it be crazy if Leicester dropped out of the top 6? But in about 5 minutes, we are going to be able to announce the team. We'll announce the team live here. This is the pre-game warm-up show. And listen, Tony, I had a couple of stats. I did my research on Wolverhampton Wanderers. We know what our team can do, and we're going to know a little bit more after today. but a little bit of research about Wolves. They have been vulnerable this season in the first 15 minutes. So they've conceded one third of their goals in the first 15 minutes. So that tells me we need to sort of make hay while the sun shines. And maybe if we can nick a goal in the first 15 minutes, be on the front foot. I know it's going to be difficult, but if we get a goal in hand. Now, the flip side to that, Tony, the other part of the research I was looking up was that Wolverhampton Wanderers have recovered the most points in the Premiership. 20 points they've recovered from losing positions. So they've been down 1-0, but not necessarily losing or drawing games. They've been winning them, Tony.
But we set up just perfect for them, don't we? Because we usually start off our first half strong, and last 3 or 4 games we haven't been showing
Yeah.
much of the second half.
And what we've seen Arsenal play Wolves in previous seasons, at least the games that we were able to draw with them, I think it was two of them. The last one at the Emirates, we went a goal up, and I think it would have probably fit into that narrative. The first 15 minutes of Aubameyang scoring a goal for Wolves, and they are a dogged team. They just stick around, and Arsenal in the last season, we've been very open to letting teams stick around. We haven't been able to put teams to the fire, and finish games off. And Wolves came back against us in that game and drew 1-1. So, I'm expecting a similar kind of game. Hopefully, we can go a goal up.
Yeah, hopefully we can go out there and actually a quick two, because one just isn't enough for us.
Yeah, we need that second goal in games, and we want to get that win under Arteta before the end of the season. Our record, I think we've drawn 8 games and lost 14 out of 22 in the last 6 years. We've won 0 games away from home. So Jamala 55, a new name, new face around here, and thanks for joining us. It's going to be hard for us. Jamala, if you like the channel, if you like the pre-game show, come back and see us tomorrow as well. We're going to have a post-game show where we're going to review what happened today. And the kickoff is about an hour away, and we're going to be announcing the team lineups here. So hit the like button, subscribe if you like to, and we'll see you around, Jamala. Thanks for coming in. Tony, recently I've become excited. You sort of switched me on to this back three. I've become kind of excited about it, and you've been banging on the door a bit, telling me about it, and I was resistant. But I see it. What I like about it is that our wingbacks, we're able to use our wingbacks and push them in the midfield, and we have basically two midfield players that are going to anchor the midfield, and we have a lot of dynamic play going down the wings. Do you think you're going to see we're going to see something similar to that today?
Yes, play a journey on both. That pretty much gives you more 4 wings if you're got Pepe and Saka up there. It's about basically like you got 4 wingers if you're pressing high enough.
Yeah, so what I'd like to see is three at the back. I'll give you my team: Emi Martinez, David Luiz, Mustafi, Holding, and then Suarez at the right in the wing back position on the right, Kieran Tierney on the left, Granit Xhaka, and I would like to see Torreira come into the team. May not see that, but that's what I'd like to see. And then a front three of Saka on the left. Play Aubameyang down the middle. We need to. This is where we're only gonna have a few chances in this game. We need to be able to be efficient and take those chances. I don't know if Lacazette can do that or Nketiah. And then the last player on the right hand side, maybe a luxury, is going to be Nicolas Pepe for me. So, Tony, a quick word. Let's see if the teams are out here.
Not yet.
All right, tell me about what you want to see today in terms of your team.
Pretty much the same as you, but I like us to go with a 3-5-2. So we got 2 strikers up front. Doesn't matter if it's Eddie or Uba or Laka and Uba.
Yeah, like Norma said here, if Oba scores a goal today, he is in first place for the Golden Boot in the Premier League. So I'd said earlier I wanted him to play against Norwich to get that tune up for this game, and we go into this game. There can be no excuses, Tony, because we're on the back. We're going in on the back of 3 wins. If we're ever going to test ourselves against one of the better teams away from home, and we got to test this. What's between the two ears here for our players? They have ability. Our players have ability, but I'm not sure if they have the mental capacity to go
Not
toe to toe. And these are the two things, Tony. What's between the ears and what's right here um, behind the clavicle, right?
yeah,
In the
Cole.
heart and desire. That's what's needed, you know. So
Here it is.
got the team. All right. So the team is Martinez, Mustafi, David Luiz, Kolasinac continues, and you got Tierney and Cedric as your wing backs, Ceballos and Xhaka in midfield, and Nketiah as your central striker, Saka on the left, and Aubameyang. They're going to play Saka probably on the right wing.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not sure if he's effective for me on the right wing. He played on the right wing um, against City, and I thought he had one of his least effective games. Now there is a case where we could be playing 3-5-2. It could be Nketiah and Aubameyang up front, and pull Saka into the left side of midfield. So that's interesting.
We'll find out.
This is the thing that's I was always interested. We always got used to what Arsene Wenger used to do, and then we had to get used to what Unai Emery was doing. That took us as fans a little while to get used to his methods and ways. But now we have to get used to what Mikel Arteta is doing and all of the formations that he's trying to change around. So these are the things that I find fascinating. So I'll take a few comments. If anyone's got some predictions for the game, while I post this up here, the team again is going to be Martinez. It's going to be David Luiz, Mustafi, and Holding. You've got Cedric Suarez on the right, Tierney on the left, and then Granit Xhaka and Ceballos. And then you've got Nketiah as your central striker, Aubameyang on the left, and we think Saka is going to be on the right. The other thing, Tony, there could be is Saka could have that free role. He could have that number 10 role.
They could.
So you're looking at a 3-4-1-2 formation. So watch out for that, people out there. Saka is a talent. I'm really hoping that Arteta's learned his lesson and seen the Manchester City game. And don't stick Saka out on the right hand side. He is a talent that we can use on the left side, but it can also be used centrally. So yeah, here I'm making the call right now, Tony. I'm going to say we're playing three at the back. Mustafi, Luiz, and Holding, right? Or no, it's Kolasinac. Sorry. Cedric Suarez and Tierney are your wing backs. Granit Xhaka and Ceballos are your two pivots in midfield. And I'm going to say right now, you've got Saka in the 10 role. It's going to be behind Aubameyang and Nketiah. And I think Saka is going to be that extra player in midfield that's going to help us when we're out of possession.
It'd be nice because he can learn to lead a wing too.
And you've got two players that are very, very quick, Aubameyang and Nketiah, that's going to. I think they're developing an understanding. We saw that in the Southampton game. They developed somewhat of an understanding. And Norma's keeping us up to date in the Golden Boot here. Vardy scored for Leicester, and Aubameyang needs one goal now to tie Vardy in the Golden Boot. Ozil is not even in the bench. Shorty is gone this summer, and I think if Norma, if you were going to bring back Mesut Ozil, you would have done that in the Norwich game. Do you agree with that, Tony?
Yeah, he's definitely gone. So is
It's
Windu.
Wolverhampton Wanderers is not a game to play Mesut Ozil in right now. This maybe 3 or 4 years ago he could have done it, but not in this team, not today. We are going to Wolverhampton Wanderers, a team that are very, very stingy in terms of giving up chances, and I'm excited to see what happens today.
I don't think Mary Poppins very well today.
Okay, Norma's asked a question. Oba requested a minimum 3 years contract worth up to 250K a week, according to sources. I would sign him now. We, the panel, have a difference of opinion. I think, right? Fair to say, Tony.
Fair to say, I think I'm disagrees. If that's actually wrong, what she wrote, he wants a minimum of 250. I was reading another article that said a minimum of 275.
Yeah, so it's going to vary between 250 and 275. I actually think he's on 200 now. So what? Give him an extra 25%, bring him up to 250, and we keep a deadly goal scorer at our club for a couple more seasons at least. You sign him up for those 3 years, and that's something I would definitely do. But you
I just
disagree with me, Tony.
I want to do it with the economy. You have empty stadiums probably until at least September 2021. Everybody else is just taking a 12% pay cut. So why would you give him at least a 25% raise? He's got a $45,000 goal bonus. So this week he would have made 340,000 right up there with
Yeah,
Ozil and with the
yeah.
economy. Just don't see it as a smart move.
All right, so we're going to get out of here in the next couple minutes. So we're going to go and enjoy the lead up to the game. Just to announce once again, we feel that Saka is playing in the 10 role behind Aubameyang and Nketiah. Saka is going to play in midfield with Granit Xhaka, Ceballos. Wing backs will be Tierney and Suarez, and we will have three at the back: Mustafi, Kolasinac, and David Luiz. Predictions for today, Tony?
Uh, 2-1.
2-1. You're going positive. We're going to win or lose 2-1.
We're going to win.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. As fans, we're going to want to think we're going to win. I'm going to go for a draw and hope for a win. Um, I'm not sold yet on the mentality of some of these players, Tony, and I'll know a lot more tomorrow. Let's just say when we do the post game show tomorrow, join us everyone then. We will know a lot more about the mental aspects of this team under Arteta. He's had the team now 6 months, but he's actually only been playing with them for about 3 of those months, as we have been locked in lockdown. So people in chats, Norma and Mr. B, Mr. Bungle, thanks for joining. Jamalo, let me know what your predicted score is. I'm going for a 1-1, and I'm quite excited about this team. Great news. Martinelli signed up, and Saka signed up. So, Tony, let's see what happens. Enjoy the game, and we'll get out of here.
Hopefully we come out good.
Hopefully, we come out with a win. Join us tomorrow for a post-game show, and we will talk to you soon. Come on, you Gooners, up the